Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting edition of our Boring Enterprise Nerdletter Talk. God,
Yes.
I almost said
Yes. You
nerd
got it.
chat, and man, I just keep messing up the titles of the things. And that's funny because I love titles. I love catchy titles, and yet
Yep.
somehow this one is like bleh on my brain. So, my name is Paul Moderman. With me is the incredible, amazing Yelena Perfilyeva. Say hi, Yelena.
Everyone.
And what we do, for those who don't know, is we just talk about our upcoming issue of our newsletter and the stories that are bouncing around inside our skulls. So I think we'll just toss the ball to Yelena and let her go first and tell us what's percolating inside your brain.
Awesome. All right. So I will share my plans for three stories for the upcoming Nerdletter issue. So story number one, it will be kind of a potpourri, if you will, of different SAP and AI updates. There was a whole burst of activity all of a sudden in this area, and I found that on the largely still kind of suffering from recent migration SAP community, there is actually separate group for artificial intelligence and machine learning. So at least that area is now, served by this group. So that's where everyone can go and find some content, hopefully. So there was this interesting blog post, this one about allegedly most important BTP release. So I don't know most important or not, but interesting blog post nevertheless. There were also a couple of SAP community videos on YouTube. At least one of them is interesting. So I will have just a summary of those items and then let our readers to decide how far to dig in into those updates. Then next subject will
It's
be,
actually
yeah.
I have a little flavor on that too,
Oh, sure.
because
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that blog yet, the
Hmm.
one you're pointing out here. But it says agents is the most important BTP release this 2024. I don't know what BTP means by agents, but I know that in general, in the AI world, agents are just kind of blowing up right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's blowing up in the sense of like everyone's excited, but you put in your binoculars, but like, yeah, so who's done it successfully?
Yeah.
Who's doing it for real? And that's a little bit under the covers yet, right? It's still a
Yeah.
little bit okay. I mean, you say you like it, but what did you do? Well, I downloaded the project and I tried this and it didn't work, but it was really cool, right? It has that
Yeah.
feel to it.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things that needs
Yeah.
like the balloon needs inflating on that, you know?
Yeah. And it's a pretty big post. So there's a lot of content here. So I liked that it actually offers explanation about agents in general, because like you said, agents can have many meanings here. So yeah, I liked it. I just kind of browsed through it. So I thought it merited some further exploration.
Yeah.
All right. So AI, I think we will end up having multiple AI pieces for beginning from this year in every in
What
every
are you
newsletter,
what are you gonna
because
do?
yeah, that's how we kind of end up. But it's big part of the game these days, so why not? Um, then my next subject would be, it's kind of a pro code woes, if you will. I found this very interesting post on LinkedIn. So one of those posts that are rare in LinkedIn platforms, that actually very thoughtful and has very interesting commentary from people who actually have a clue about this. So Martin here is talking about SAP built apps, but he is raising bigger questions that I think will apply to much of low code, no code development. One of them is, okay, it's nice you have created this app, but then what? So what's going to happen when it gets put in use, when changes are needed, some maintenance are needed, and also there's the whole exploration of
Yeah.
life cycle, I would say,
Yeah.
of the code that was created by this tool. So some very and super interesting comments on this as well. So I will write up kind of summary plus some of my own thoughts on this.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, DSAG, which is Germany SAP user group. They had their technology days, which is something like a tech ed, I guess,
Yeah.
for them. So similar to ASAC's Tech Connect. It seems to be very interesting, very popular event. We've seen some pictures of participation, huge number of people there. So really, really exciting that they have this opportunity in Germany. I wish I wish we had more of that, but again, kind of hoping to wish it into existence.
Mhm.
So I didn't find much coverage in like big press about this event, but Tobias published this blog post, and I think it had a lot of information here to kind of make a good impression of what happened at this event. I've never been myself. It's all in German, obviously, so not many people from the US even aware it exists, or much less what's happening there. What I especially liked is this kind of motto of this year's event, from vision to reality. And DSAC historically always been one of those user groups who are like, nice SAP, but what is actual value? Where are use cases? So
Yeah.
they have been
Yeah.
kind of choking SAP's throat for all these years on getting more and more practical and specific information. And I think the whole world really appreciates their effort, because it's important. There is very nice to have vision, very nice to have flashy technology, but it all comes down
Yeah.
to business, essentially, to reality of running these systems. So Tobias had very, I think, good observations, and so I just want to highlight this event for readers as something to watch and be aware of. So these are
This
my
is this is actually, I just wanted to say too,
mhm,
props to Tobias because that guy, I
yeah.
love his work. And here's like, so I mean, I agree with everything you're saying about DSAG and that stuff, but we've talked about this before, and I think we talked about it with somebody on an upcoming thing too, is that
Mhm,
like, I'll say it in a different way this time though, is that the secret to everything is giving a shit.
yeah,
And Tobias gives a shit.
yeah,
And a lot of people do too, but like it's easy to see that he does. And that's more important than like anything. Is like he cares about what he writes about.
yeah.
And that's just like because you're this is lighting up something for me from my stuff, which is why I'm like bridging from yours to mine with this thought, which is and I guess I'll just jump in if it's okay with my
Awesome,
stuff.
awesome. Yeah.
Um, because
Passing the baton.
so I'll jump to the other one that I want to talk about first. Yeah, yeah, cookies. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this publicly. Not that I'm like famous or whatever, but
Hmm.
this is a blog that was on Rhinework Publishing's blog,
Hmm.
and I saw it go by on LinkedIn. And this blog, this post is so clearly written by ChatGPT to me. It is so clearly created by just, I don't know, somebody had a deadline to meet. I don't want to blame any human individual for it.
Hmm.
Like you got to do your job. I totally get it. But this is brain garbage. This is thought
Hmm.
sewage. This doesn't so I see so many people, and I want to be careful. I don't like to really call out people necessarily usually, but so I'll call out a company rather than a person here. Like this is worthless. Why are you doing this to your content? Why are you doing this to your readers? Why are you doing this to the internet? Like, it would be much better if you just took an old blog post that was good and reposted it.
Yeah,
Just cycle it back. If you got to hit your post count on social media, just pick an old thing that's good and repost it.
yeah,
Don't don't do this. This is just not good. There's no like the world is just filling up with this garbage
yeah,
and it needs to stop. So please, if you run a blog or if you have a blog or whatever, I totally understand if you want to sort of try to be creative and like use a tool to be creative. I get that. Don't just say I need to write a post about this. Please write me a post about this and put that into a chatbot. You will get this, and it sucks. Um, and in fact, I was talking to somebody and I saw this and I said this to them and I was like, this is just garbage. I went into ChatGPT and I wrote a prompt, 2 sentences long, that produces essentially this blog post.
Mm.
In the dynamic world of software development,
Yes.
mine started out with like in the ever-changing world of technology.
Yeah.
But like it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
you like I'm not even blaming the bot. You're just giving the bot garbage to begin with. Like if you don't have something to say, it's okay not to say it. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. Just don't fill the internet with this. Stop doing this. Give it
Yeah.
if you generate something, give it a read. And if it looks weird, just hold back and edit it or whatever. Just put it in your pile of do it later. Anyway, I'm getting cranky now, and I wanted to be cranky at the I was gonna try to be cranky at the end, and now I'm cranky at the beginning.
Oh, damn
So
it. The crankiness increases.
why am
I
I
should
cranky?
I was just gonna make a joke. See the top paragraphs that's right now like on top of your screen where they are
Oh,
doing like Node.js, Python, and so no link for MySQL of MongoDB. Like if you start doing links for like Node.js, it's a hyperlink to something, I guess. I don't know, page that someone can find.
it's a book
Or
they
oh, it's
have, yeah.
actually another blog. Okay, so they're okay, prompting their own. Well, that makes sense then. But yeah,
Yeah, but look at
it's
this. Like it says learn more
yeah, well,
here.
here, but where?
No
Like
link. Yeah, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I honestly, and we just had internal conversation at work about this or similar effect where people are just creating this post, and some of it is clearly has those donkey ears of ChatGPT sticking out of it that everyone
Yeah.
can see, and words like you just pointed out in whatever world that's no human writes like this. It's if there is text like this, to me it's like already big red flags that it's not really human written or it's not for human consumption. It's just content. It's not a story. It's nothing. It's just a I don't know combination of words. So someone actually highlighted an article that was I think from Medium, LinkedIn, one of those garbage
Mhm.
places, where someone decided to write up what does some of the SAP terminology is, and it was just full of, first of all, I don't know where they came up with some of the terminology. I worked with it for almost 20 years. I've never heard some of the words. So they came up with terminology. They came up with their own explanation for that made up terminology that they probably picked up on some random project. And then there was also some mind-blowing information like ABAP Prep is RESTful application is framework for RESTful application development. It's like you it's like that you don't say meme, where guys like I
Tell
mean,
me more. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like really, I mean, seriously, is that not obvious obvious from the name itself? It's just so silly. Just stop doing that. I mean, no one needs it. Stop. Just stop. I mean, just don't stop pouring out garbage online. It's awful,
Yes.
awful, awful, awful.
Yes.
So.
So there's that. Diginomica called out that I hadn't thought about this. I kind of thought about it, but I didn't realize this. Walmart is like continuing to grow up toward being like e-commerce in the like Amazon stratosphere,
Mm,
right? Which is super interesting to me because uh I would, take me back 5 years ago, I would never have thought they were even interested in that business,
yeah.
right? Well, they probably were, but they just weren't doing much of it. But now like 100 billion in e-com for Walmart, I
Mm,
mean, oof, like that's a huge player now, obviously in that space. Um, it's kind of has this feeling of like nothing is inevitable,
mhm,
right? Where pick your player in If it's ecom, think of Amazon. If it's ERP, think of SAP. You might think that they're completely entrenched and they're never going to get disrupted,
Mm,
but that's probably not the case, right? Like
yeah,
something's going to happen, eventually something's going to happen and
yeah,
SAP won't be the top of the heap. And not that I'm saying that I want that. I'm just saying that's the way the world is. You can't sit at the top forever always. And so it's interesting to me that this is happening, like there's hints of it happening for Amazon here.
yeah.
And that's super interesting to me. So I think I might write about that. I'm not sure yet 100%.
I kind of I was poking around on Reddit in the sub that is for Amazon sellers. I think I was just looking for some information there, but it always you look for some things, then you stumble upon some post that's interesting. And then it's 2 a.m. the next thing you know, so, and you're still reading that. So
Yeah,
long story short, Amazon is actually not very nice to the sellers
yeah,
who
yeah.
are selling through it, through like that Amazon marketplace concept. So there are people who
Mhm.
sell just stuff that they have on Amazon. And Walmart essentially just by being slightly nicer, but obviously not also ideal to those sellers, seems to be kind of funneling some of the business from Amazon that way. So I guess whichever platform is going to be more friendly to sellers, or rather keep good balance between being friendly to both kind of sellers and
Right,
customers.
right,
I
right.
think that probably have like biggest win out there.
Yeah,
So yeah, but I kind of I also didn't think about Walmart in that way, but I found it mentioned there. People like, yeah, like I mean eBay for small stuff as well, but yeah, they're saying Walmart is kind of yeah unexpected player in the game, but they do have platforms, they have lots of
yeah.
customers,
I mean,
distribution chain, so why not?
why
Awesome.
not? I mean, there's
Yeah,
money to be made. Let's go make
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Somebody's got to retire sooner, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like has a platter here.
Like how else are we going to help the Walton children become even more
Yeah,
billionaires, right? Than other than
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Mommy
yeah.
needs another billion.
So this one is I kind of thought it was interesting because not I mean it is interesting that Hasselplattner is eventually finally stepping down as the chairman,
Mm.
right, of SAP. But also this has got some like palace intrigue stuff going
Yeah,
on in this story too.
Game of Thrones
And I was like,
detail.
oh wow, where's who's backstabbing who and who's whatever. So it was really interesting to see kind of some of the details that this guy, of course, one of my favorite writers out there, Bob Evans, um,
Yeah,
has what appears to be some juicy thoughts about this stuff. So cover that, think about that. I just kind of like because I don't like it with I don't care about celebrity gossip,
yeah,
but something about me has that little like you know
yeah,
what do you, like the junk food TV like
yeah,
America's Next Top whatever, right?
yeah,
This stuff has that a little bit for me of like the corporate things of that stuff. Somehow it's tricking that part of my brain that's
yeah.
like, oh, ha, ha, look at that guy. You know what I mean?
Real Housewives of
Yeah.
Waldorf. Here comes your catchy title, Paul.
I mean, you guys, you just saw it live happen right there.
Awesome
I
magic.
gotta, I'm seriously, I'm gonna type that down right now.
Boring
Real Housewives
Enterprise
of,
Nerd Magic.
okay, I typed it down. That's probably gonna be the title.
Awesome.
Um,
Sweet.
and finally, covering two of the bases that you mentioned earlier, Yelena,
Mm,
both low code and Gen AI here.
wow.
Pega Systems is one of those low code vendors that's been around for a while, and they're dropping their new Gen AI tool. And I think it actually kind of lights up something similar to what you shared with the guy talking about the like a simple face on top of like, oh shoot, there's complexity there that we don't
Yeah,
like. I have this feeling that stuff like this, which is a blueprinting tool for your low code stuff for this in this case workflows is going to have that same feeling of like, oh, I'm so glad I got jump started to this, but oh crap, there's actually a lot of stuff to do now. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, and a lot of stuff to maintain that you didn't think about until, I mean, who knows? Maybe next year the the Gen AI bots will be good at maintenance, but right now it's all of us poor humans who got to go
Yeah.
maintain this stuff. So, but I am curious to see how it looks because I have been following generative like UIs and stuff like that for a little while. So let's see what this looks like. I am still curious. I'll see a video or something like that. See what it looks like. But that's my last one. And I don't even know which three I'm going to write about, but there's like five options there. So, you know, there it is.
Awesome. So
Um, so that is it for this edition of Nerdletter Talk. Please like, subscribe, and share, and comment, and post, and reblog us, and put the Boring Enterprise Nerds thing and bumper sticker on your car, and get a little glasses tattoo on your neck, and all those things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone.
awesome. Bye.